This is still the best attack strategy for 3 stars at Town Hall 10, and we're going to show you 5 different variations of it in this video. What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here, and welcome to today's Clash of Clans video. We are looking at Town Hall 10 and we're showing you the best strategy to take down bases for the 3 stars. It is none other than the LavaLoon. Now, you might have seen on my channel and various other channels that the bat spell is very effective right now. It can easily be used with the LavaLoon, but we're not going to show you that variation in this video. We're going to show you 5 others. The first one here is the Queen Charge. We then have the Wall Wrecker, the Electron, the Battle Blimp and Sui Hero. You'll get to see them in this video. Each and every one of these by crunch time in their amazing CWL Premier matchup. They are 10-1 for the season. Look forward to great things from them, and if you want to apply, everything you need to know is down in the description. However, getting into this attack, you can see the funnel was set up very nicely at 3 o'clock. Just a couple of wizards were able to do that very well. We then have the Queen coming straight into the base here, and you can see some of the key objectives that we're after in that of the enemy Queen and taking out the CC as well, not to mention taking out this section of the base. And I really like seeing the wall breakers used. Often it's very easy nowadays to just bring in that wall wrecker and job is done, but if you can get away with just using the wall breakers, then it saves that siege machine, and often the battle blimp can be very helpful for the LavaLoon. If you guys do want to see daily Clash of Clans videos, by the way, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Now we do see the LavaLoon coming in, and here is the use of that battle blimp. You can often target areas of the base directly that might be difficult to get into, so you can see the battle blimp actually pops the balloons off right on top of the wizard towers right when that freeze spell is there. So very helpful. Obviously your main pack of balloons coming through would have then been taking huge damage to the wizard towers, and if you can use the battle blimp to directly target defenses, then it is definitely helpful with that. So the Queen Charge, like we've said, is just one opener to the LavaLoon. Let's show you many more in this video. Be sure to share with me your favorite down in the comments. I've got to tell you, I think personally, this is me attacking. My favorite is just using the wall wrecker and a standard kill squad. I just find it much easier to then transfer that into other strategies, but share with me your favorite down below. Now, massive shout out to Kevin here as well. He was kind of scoping around as I was recording the video, so massive shout out to Kevin. As we come into this one, we have the battle blimp. You guys have seen it, sending that Sui blimp in. You can do a number of things. In this one, takes out that very important multi-inferno, aims to lure the CC as well. Obviously you can see only a couple of archers at the moment that come out, so not really going to be an issue. But the multi-inferno is down. Now, it's very easy to send that battle blimp in to areas where there isn't a sweeper. If you are going to be sending your battle blimp into the base when there is a sweeper, you've got to factor that in, whether it's the blimp itself or whether it's when you're popping out the balloons or the E-drag, whatever it might be, you've got to be factoring in the sweeper because it can ruin raids. Now, this is a very popular method for the LavaLoon. Now, using that Sui battle blimp to take out maybe just 1 or 2 defenses, luring the CC is a big thing, and then the Sui hero as well. Often you will use them on opposite sides of the base, as you saw here, and what that tends to do is then leave a thin line of defenses, sometimes where you can just move right through the center of the base. A little bit trickier in this one. Obviously we had all of the air defense pushed to one side of the base. Often this is done to try and defend the LavaLoon, but what you can do is basically overcompensate with spells in that area. So you can see that Kevin has a whole mass of balloons balloons, and the haste spells are just everywhere in that area. Yes, there's a lot of damage, but we've also got a lot committed to that area. We did have the skeleton spell onto the queen as well. Again, many of the key objectives you will come in for will factor in the queen. That's with your kill squad, but none of them are a necessity. I know I stress it in every single video, but it really is just depending on where you come at the base. You can see out pops a golem from that CC right at the end. It's not going to do anything though to the rest of this attack. Easily gets the 3 stars, but like we were saying, it is dependent on the base, and there's a lot of different ways that you can change things around. For instance, the queen pop or the skeleton spell method is one of the easiest ways to adapt to taking out the enemy queen. Moving on to the next one then, we have that standard kill squad that I talked about. This is probably my favorite, and it's purely just that I've used this for the longest time. I do use the battle blimp and things as well, but I do like the fact that this kill squad can be used on a number of different attacks. It's, like I said, very much a standard kill squad, whether you're coming in with the hogs, maybe the miners afterwards, or whatever it is. You can use this on a lot of different strategies. And you'll see a very intuitive use of the wall wrecker. I think it's in the next attack that I'm going to show. Honestly, there was so many amazing attacks by crunch time in this one, especially the LavaLoon at Town Hall 10. There was too many to pick from. In this one though, we're pushing straight into that left hand side of the base, managing to get an Inferno Tower, Air Defense, Wizard Tower, many things that are deadly to the LavaLoon, but you will notice as well that the dragon and the baby dragon in the CC would also have been quite troublesome to the LavaLoon, so getting that down is going to be very helpful. And again, the LavaLoon, I cannot stress this enough either, the kill squad is often to help set up the pathing of the attack. So what you can see now is if we, well, let's just look at the base as a full image. The entire left hand side of the base is done. It's gone. So we do not have to worry about it. That makes your Lalo so much easier because you're pressing your balloons right the way through just that thinner strip. You don't have to worry about the surgical deployment of the balloons quite as much. Yes, you need to. You're always going to have to in order to optimize the attack, but it just makes that Lalo so much more easier. Now, I do like the use of the heal spell in the middle as well. Often I feel that's overlooked. Sometimes the balloons can take a lot of damage during these attacks, and if you've got that heal spell, it can often be the thing that really does save the day. If your balloons have clumped up, which they will naturally clump up towards the end of the raid. It doesn't matter how surgical you are. Since they target defenses, they will clump up. That's why you do need to distract back-end wizard towers and things like that, because that's just the nature of that troop AI. But when they clump up, if they do take damage from one of these splash defenses, or they hit a red air mine, something like that, the heal spell can help boost them up. The balloons, they actually don't have loads of health. Now, you will see this is the very intuitive way of using the wall wrecker that I talked about. He could have sent the battle blimp in here, and many people would have done that anyway, but let's have a look at it. We do have a sweeper, which would be very troublesome. We've already mentioned that, and we're going to be following this up with the Sui heroes. So sending the wall wrecker in, he's able to target 2 archer towers directly, take that out with the wall wrecker. The golem and the wizards help to take out many of the other defenses and trash buildings. It means when the balloons pop out of the wall wrecker, they're not having to come back over towards the archer towers, they're pressing forward. It was a very good use of the wall wrecker, and in my opinion, just nice to see that people can send in that wall wrecker much like you would the blimp with the balloons inside. It also then means that the funnel is created so much easier now for the heroes and that Sui method. Yes, he didn't get the dragon with that initial push. The electro dragon really just used to get the queen there, and the Sui hero, yes, that's easily going to get the dragon. We just pull it across to where the queen is, and that is going to be that. Beautiful. There's nothing else to say. LavaLoon now comes in from the north. This mortar does provide a little bit of trouble because it then splits the balloons. Honestly, it's not that bad of a thing because the balloons on the left-hand side, there's enough of them to get that archer tower down. And the LavaLoon, like we said, it's now just got that thin strip on the right-hand side. So it's really not too much of a bother. The Lava Hounds are going to move right across the base to the air defense, and that is where your haste spells will really come in. Once your Lava Hounds have moved across the base, your balloons are vulnerable. So you need them haste spells to come through, but doesn't rush on this attack either. Just very nicely uses the balloons surgically where needed, merges them together over their main defenses, and getting down to it, absolutely crushes this base. Now again, you can see the minions just coming in, spreading out right across that top. There was a lot of storages, high HP defenses, and the balloons had clumped up. You've got to have them minions in as quickly as possible once the area is cleared. You can save the balloon. You want to be looking at the pathing of your balloons and where they're going to hit in terms of defenses. If you're not sure and you think they might come to a wizard tower on the back end, just save that balloon anyway, because you can use it for cleanup. Often a good habit to get into. Final attack of the video then. This attack you did see the sneak peek of at the start of the video. Let me know what you think of the new intro as well. We've got a couple of versions. You did see the regular one and then the transparent one, which I'm now bringing into the videos as well. I think it's awesome to have that smoother transition into the video. Anyway, getting on to the attack for this one. Queen is gone. Multi-Inferno is gone. CC is pretty much going to be gone here. Suihiro is going to finish it off. And again, thinking about pathing of the LavaLoon, we've already taken out a square section of the base, and if you think about that L shape or whatever you want to think of it in terms of the horseshoe that you're going to be sending the LavaLoon in, it's all about controlling their pathing, and right now it's so much easier to do when you've carved out a section of the base. I hope that makes sense. I do like the adaptation of the freeze spell here onto the Valkyries. The freeze spell, one of them things that you can really just adapt and use wherever in the raid, and using it on the Valkyries means the Queen doesn't get shredded in essence, can save that ability for some more of the defenses, and the wizard towers are going to be what is targeted at the back there. Now that's really good because that's where the LavaLoon would have finished. That's where your balloons are most vulnerable. So trying to get them wizard towers down, if you know where you're going to be pathing your LavaLoon, is definitely going to be helpful. Again, made sure to come in from right the way around the base to try and send them balloons into the middle, control their pathing a little bit more, and you can see that heal spell alongside all of the haste, pressing them to that area where the splash damage is. Again, minions coming in all over the place, helping with cleanup. This one wasn't even close. As with the others, LavaLoon, I'm telling you, it is still the best attack strategy at Town Hall 10. It's definitely not going to get massively nerfed anytime soon. Like we've talked about the bat spell, that is definitely something which could, but the LavaLoon, it's not going anywhere, so I would start practicing it. That is going to wrap it up for this one. I've been your host, Judo Sloth, and until next time, peace out.